This video covers parts 4 and 5 of Chapter 1, Foundational and Instrumental Values, and Explanation. By the end of this video, you'll be able to explain the distinction between foundational and instrumental values, and you'll also be able to explain how foundational and instrumental values are related. A foundational value is a value that's desirable in itself. This means that the value has value apart from anything else that it provides or brings about. So some possible examples of foundational values might include things like pleasure, happiness, love, or human life. An instrumental value, on the other hand, is something that has no value apart from its usefulness in helping us obtain other things that we value. This kind of value is known as an instrumental value. The paradigm example of an instrumental value is paper money. So, paper money isn't valuable in itself. In fact, paper money by itself is worthless. We know this because if you're on a desert island with a suitcase full of money, the money has no use. However, in our society, paper money is instrumentally valuable for bringing about other things that we value. Some values may be both foundational and instrumental. Some examples of this might be health and knowledge. So perhaps health and knowledge are valuable in themselves, but they're also valuable for bringing other things about. So for example, in the case of knowledge, knowledge can help me bring about being able to make money, because if I use my knowledge in my job. However, I may also think that knowledge is valuable in itself. Notice that we may think that almost all values are instrumental, and that there are very few or perhaps only one foundational value. So we'll notice as we start to go through ethical theories in Chapter 6 that a number of ethical theories think that there's only one foundational value, and all of our ethical system follows from this. It turns out that it's impossible for all values to be instrumental. Instrumental values must derive their worth from at least one foundational value. Given this, we should be able to consolidate the entire moral realm by showing how its claims can all be derived from certain foundational values. This is what an ethical theory usually attempts to do. It tries to explain every claim of morality based upon just one or a few foundational values. Now, in conclusion, one thing I want to say is that if this discussion does not make any sense, don't worry. We're going to talk about it a lot more before you need to really understand this. There are many ingenious ways of explaining and basing the moral realm upon foundational values, both moral and non-moral. We'll see that each approach generates important theoretical problems, but also has distinctive merits. In addition, each approach furnishes valuable ethical insights. Much of the fascination and challenge of ethics arise from the attempt to counter the problems while still benefiting from the insights each moral theory has to offer. Okay, you should be able to explain the distinction between foundational and instrumental values, and give an example of each and explain why they're either foundational or instrumental. You should also be able to explain how foundational and instrumental values are related.